गुरु प्यारी साध संगत जी फिर फतेह प्रवान करनी वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह। अज के जिहड़े इकट्ठ दे विच तुसीं सारे शामिल होए हैं, इस दे विच जिहड़ी दुखांत भरी कहानी है जून 1984 की, उहदे विच कई गल्लां जिहड़ियां साडी कौम नूं मिलियां जिहड़ी इंस्पिरेशनल तौर पर भी असीं देखीए कि जून 1984 इहो जिहा समां बन गया सी साडे लई, जिहदे विचों असीं कई तरह के जोड़े असी तरीके लभ रहे हैं। अज तक भी असी 30 साल बाद यही कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि इस तो अगे असी किदा वधीए, इहदे विचों इंस्पिरेशन लैके असी वो किहड़े काम करिए जिहदे विच सिर्फ सिखां दी नहीं पर हरेक जिहड़ा भी माइनॉरिटी कम्यूनिटी का है हिंदुस्तान दे विच उहदे नाल इदां दा कोई सलूक ना हो। सो ये इकल्ला सिखां का मसला नहीं है, पूरे हिंदुस्तान के जी माइनॉरिटी कम्यूनिटीज़ के उन्होंने मसला है, जी माइनॉरिटी राइट्स ह्यूमन राइट्स की गल होती है। तो असी बाली मैं ना पावा, जी मेरा मेन पर्पस इतने से कि जी गल है जून 1984 की सिख साइकी की गल है उत्ते गल करना। जे असी परसीव कितना कर रहे हैं अज तक कि साडे नाल की होया उत्थे, तो असी उसका जवाब किहड़ा दिता है, तो अगे असी इनू इंस्पिरेशनल तौर पर लैके असी किदां होर जवाब देने, तो ये असी करना की है। तो जी रीडिफाइनिंग जस्टिस की गल होंदी है, वो इंसाफ शब्द है काफ़ी तौर पर आप इन्हू वरत रहे हैं कि इंसाफ चाहिए है, इंसाफ नहीं मिले। तो जोड़े सानू बनाया गया सगा गुरु साहिबान वालों इंसाफ दिवाउण लई, असी उन्होंने अज मंग रहे हैं, तो सूँ ये सोचना पैना कि तरीका किहड़ा है, असी की लेना है इंसाफ पिछों, तो असी भालते की हाँ कि सिर्फ असी जे सजावां भालते हैं, तो जो मिल भी गई तो वो साडे लई वाकई साडे लई इंसाफ होगा जो नहीं, वो एक सवाल है साडे पंथ लई। चार चीज़ां अज मैं तुहाडे नाल साझियां करनियां। एक साडा हिस्टोरिकल रिस्पॉन्स जिहड़ा है गुरु साहिबान तो बाद असी किद्दां रिस्पॉन्ड किया है, जो कोई भी हुकूमत कोई भी जी साड़ी पिछे पई है वह असी किद्दां जवाब दिता है, वो एक हिस्टोरिकल रिस्पॉन्स साडा की बनया है, उत्ते थोड़ा जिहा फोकस करने लई। एक साडी जी करंट स्टेट है जी अज के जमाने अज के समय के पंजाब के सिखां दे नाल ते पंजाब दे नाल वो की साडी मैंटैलिटी की है, तो ऑनैस्टली ये गल करनी कि फिजिकली साडे नाल की उत्थे हो रहा है, पंजाब नाल की हो रहा है, वो थोड़ी जी गल्लां करनियां। तो एक गल हैगी है जी जस्टिस की आप की, तो असी उस की कढ़ना चाहते हैं। तो जो लास्ट पीस ये है वो एक्चुअली यही है कि जो असी की चाहते हैं, वट डू वी सीक, एंड इफ वी आर सीकिंग जुडिशल जस्टिस विद इन द Hindustani system, will it be enough for us to move forward with this issue, or are we seeking something else? And it's a question for all of us to decide whether or not we're having enough within the system within India, and how are we going to work within systems within our democratic republics in the Western world, within Canada, the US, the UK especially. तौर पर ये सुनते हैं कि उन्होंने एक जेल गए तो चक्की पीस रहे थे, एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट के गल ये कि सबको पता होना चाहिए कि वो जेल क्यों सके। उत्थे कई तरह की गल्लां होंदियां कि गुरु नानक साहिब आप प्रोटेस्ट करते थे कि बाबे के खिलाफ, उन्होंने जेल के रखा गया, जेल के उन्होंने जो कैदी से उन्होंने तगड़े किया, उन्होंने फिर बाबे के मूहरे पेश किया गया। ये जो डायरैक्ट कॉन्फ्लिक्ट स्टेट के नाल है वो सानू उत्थों ही शुरू हो गया सीगा। जिहड़े सिक्खी असीं गांह तुरी आउंदे हैं, भावें वो गुरु अर्जन देव जी की शहादत होवे, भावें गुरु तेग बहादुर जी की शहादत होवे, भावें वो गुरु हरगोबिंद साहिब जो गुरु हराए साहिब की जी फौज तैयार की सीगियां, जंगां लड़ियां सीगियां, 2000 घोड़सवार रखे सीगे। साडा रिस्पॉन्स एक होर तरीके नाल होया सी जिहड़ी हुकूमत सी। साडा ये नहीं कभी भी रिस्पॉन्स रहा सीगा कि असीं पिछे हट गए जां असीं एकदम ही असीं कोई गल ही नहीं करनी। सानू गुरुओं ने सिखाया सीगा कि इसलिए डट के खड़ जाना है। तो गुरु गोबिंद सिंह का पूरा जीवन ही इस गल के लंघिया है। सो असीं जे गुरु गोबिंद सिंह तो लैके पिछले गुरु नानक देव तक जाते हैं, सानू एक सिद्धांत ही मिलया है कि असीं इस काम लई बनाए गए सीगे। जी मनुखी अधिकार है, असी वो लोग जो खालसा पंथ में शामिल किए थे, असी वो सिख सके गुरु नानक देव जी ने तैयार किए थे। असी जिथे भी असी किसी को डिगे हुए देखिए असी बाहों चुक के उतना तुरीए, तो जिन्ना चर वो आप तुर नहीं सकता असी बाह फड़ के उन्होंने तोड़िए। तो अज असी उही डिगे हुए लोग बनी जा रहे हैं, तो साडी कोई नहीं बाह फड़ रहा, सूँ ये महसूस हो रहा।
बोले सो निहाल।
डॉक्टर Maninder Singh has told you about the 1984 riots and about how there has been no justice for the people for all these years. I cannot explain in more eloquent terms what he has described to you and the slideshow that he has presented, not only about the killings but about the lack of interest of the government of India in seeing that the accused persons are brought to justice. On the contrary, after the 84 killings, there were many killings in the Punjab in the 90s. Hundreds of young men were killed, tortured, disappeared. And of course we know the story of Shaheed Jaswant Singh Khalra. We know the story of how he came to Canada, released the list of the bodies that were burnt in the crematoriums. I was living in the house of a person from Canada, Aman, otherwise known as Mr. Jaspal. And he told me last time when I came in 2011, and he told me the same this time as well. After the exposure before the Sikh parliamentarians, he told Khalraji, don't go back to India. Don't go back. And Khalraji responded to him personally, and it's a story that moves me every time I hear it. Khalraji told him, pray for me. Pray for me. If I were ever to stray from the path of martyrdom. After 1984, my dear brothers and sisters, the civil war which began, the modern civil war, let's say, which began with the killings and the genocide of 84, the civil war was spread out throughout the whole country. Many civil wars, like the war that you faced of genocide, many wars of killing and torture took place in our country. I was involved in some of those cases in the Supreme Court, and I will tell you some story of those cases. I will also try and give you some good news that has taken place between 2011, when I came to Canada for the first time, and today. There is some good news that I have to share. But the civil war spread right across the country. 2002, you know, 3,000 Muslims were killed in Ahmedabad city and the cities of Gujarat. Same position as 1984. Nanavati Commission, retired judge of the Supreme Court, has been holding his commission of inquiry from 2002, 12 years. Paid like a judge of the Supreme Court, given a car, red light, big house, air travel. Why does it need a retired judge of the Supreme Court 14 years to say what everybody in India knows? We know the party that engineered the riot. We know the person who engineered the riot. The genocide and the killing of Muslims. Is it some mystery that you have to sit for 14 years and take evidence and pretend as if you are doing justice to the people of Gujarat? Shameful situation. And I don't know what your views are on Modi. I don't know. I respect if you have a different view. But it is a shame for our nation that a person responsible, because he was chief minister, the person responsible for the killing of 3,000 Muslims can today be the Prime Minister of India. To me, it is a great moral decline in India that you can kill and torture and nobody will hold you accountable. No judge will touch you. No policeman will charge you. Nobody in India will have the courage to stand up and say, fight for justice. And that is why I applaud you, World Sikh Organization, And all my Sikh brothers and sisters, I applaud you that you will not let the issue die, because our wounds have not yet healed. You will not let the issue die unless justice is done to people. And what is meant by justice? What is meant by justice? It means you take the persons who carried out these murders, you take the politicians who planned these murders, and you put them behind bars. That is a simple definition of justice. You catch the guilty, you put them behind bars. In 2007, the same forces which are in power today in the union government, they attacked the Christians of Kandamal. So I went there to do the cases in Kandamal. 100 Christians killed, houses burnt, cattle stolen, women raped. A nun was raped when the mobs came in and caught her in a church. No justice, no prosecution, no punishment, no justice. 2013 in Muzaffarnagar, just a few months ago, 2013 in Muzaffarnagar, again 100 people killed. Attack on the Muslims in Muzaffarnagar. And 2013 in Assam, the Muslims are attacked once again. So my dear friends, this war that is taking place against the people of India is not a war today only against the Sikhs, that they cannot get justice. It is a war against the people of India on a very large scale. Then Manmohan Singh declared a war on the Adivasis in the tribal areas. क्योंकि आदिवासियों के एरिया में बहुत ही मिनरल्स हैं, तो वेल्थ ऑफ इंडिया उसी एरिया में है। तो जब मनमोहन सिंह ने कहा कि नाक्सलिज्म इज द बिगेस्ट एनिमी, उसका कहने का मतलब था those who oppose us in tribal areas, these are the enemies of the nation. और नक्सलाइट है कौन? नक्सलाइट वही लोग हैं जिसका कोई कपड़ा नहीं है, कोई जूते नहीं है, no education, no health care, no food. These are the Naxalites in these areas of Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. उनका गुनाह क्या है? What is wrong with them that Manmohan Singh should say these are the enemies of the nation? These naked people who have nothing, these naked people are the enemies of the nation. What is their fault? Their fault is that they said, हम जमीन नहीं छोड़ेंगे. You want to bring corporations, you want to do mining, the Jindals, the Tatas, all the big corporations, multinational corporations, you want to come and take the wealth of the people of India. Adivasis are saying, हम जमीन नहीं छोड़ेंगे. ये हमारी जमीन है, I will not leave it. और सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस जब आते हैं छत्तीसगढ़, झारखंड, उड़ीसा, वेस्ट बंगाल, मध्य प्रदेश में, जब सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस आते हैं, ये लोग पुराना जमाना का पिस्तौल बनाएगा, पुराना टेक्नोलॉजी का बम बनाएगा, कुछ नहीं, सेल्फ डिफेंस में कुछ करेंगे, मरेंगे उसमें. They die in the attempt, but they are resisting the onslaught of the security forces. On television programs, they ask me, Gonsalves Sahab, how to put an end to terrorism? You are always supporting terrorism. I said, I never support any terrorism. ना मेरे हाथ में कोई बंदूक है या मेरे जेब में कोई बम है. I never support. I will personally never do. I will never advise. Acha, then what is your solution? You human rights people, you are always criticizing security forces, police. I said, solution is very simple. These are the lands of the Adivasis. Ask for their permission that you can come on their land and push them away. Ask for their permission. And if they don't give permission, you ask the multinational companies, you please leave. सहमति से करो, प्यार से करो, बातचीत करो, negotiate the price of land. अगर आप लेना चाहेंगे आदिवासी की जमीन, आप बात करो, ले लो जमीन. Adivasis are not anti-development. Adivasis are not anti-company. Adivasis are not anti-state. They are not enemies of the state. They are not Naxalites and terrorists. They are simple people who live on the land. They have clean water, rich forest, and the companies are trying to take it by force. The answer is simple. Today, if you withdraw your forces, you withdraw your corporations, there will be peace in India. There will be no nonsense. There will be no terrorism, there will be no fighting, there will be no suffering of the people of India. Then the civil war expanded to the northeast. And my dear friends, you know of Iram Sharmila. Iram Sharmila, I met her in the year 2000. Jab मैं मणिपुर गया था. She was not political. She had no political understanding कि torture क्या होता है, state क्या होता है, human rights क्या चीज़ है. She had no understanding. In 2000, we took her with us for some fact-finding in Manipur. Torture का fact-finding था. Because as you know, security forces had tortured some 2,000, 3,000 persons in the state of Manipur. तो मैं जज साहब के साथ में गया. And from the side, Iram Sharmila used to come on a cycle to attend the lectures. Then one day, one person, one militant came and shot some security forces person. Pura battalion bazaar mein aa gaya and they shot 17 vegetable vendors. They shot them dead. Iram Sharmila on that day, 22 years old, no understanding of politics and human rights, she said, this is wrong. Ye galat hai. That you can kill 17 innocent people and no action against the security forces. She went on a hunger fast. And my dear friends, she is on hunger fast today. Can you imagine? 14 years she has not taken water, she has not taken food. And she is force-fed through a pipe. And she is in a hospital in Manipur. And she has become the spiritual leader of the human rights people and of all the people of the Northeast. And she has also become a spiritual leader of the people of India. Just as Jaswant Singh Khalra is an inspiration to all of us today, I want you to go on the website when you go home. Because many young people I can see in the audience, go on the website and look at Iram Sharmila and read about her life. She is struggling for human rights from a remote hospital in Manipur, in Imphal city. She is there in that hospital all alone for 14 years. In the morning she gets up, she does her yoga, she does her prayers. She is fit. 14 years in jail and she is absolutely fit. And she's about 34, 35 years old. We are fighting in the Supreme Court for many cases, my dear friends. I want to give you some information. Maninder Singh told you about, for example, the NHRC judgment. The deaths in custody in the Punjab. And the NHRC gave a shameful judgment, that for deaths in police custody, we will give you 2.5 lakh rupees. 2.5 lakh rupees. Uske baad, he argued that the bodies are burnt without giving it to the parents, which is also a human rights violation. Batana chahiye family ko ki your son is dead, he is here, this is his body, take his body back. Gupta roop se you went and you burnt it. आपको मालूम था उसका आइडेंटिटी क्या था? The record in the NHRC shows that the security forces knew the identity of many bodies, but you didn't give it back to the parents. Dignity of the dead. That all right, now the boy is killed. Give it back to us, the parents, so that we can perform the last rites. But no, the security forces took and burned the bodies totally. So NHRC gave 1.75 lakhs. क्योंकि आपने गैर कानूनी तरीके से जलाया लाशों को, So we will give you 1.75 lakhs. So then I asked Justice Anand, 2.5 lakhs for killing, 1.75 lakhs for illegal cremation. So matlab kya hota hai sahab? It is 2.5 plus 1.75. He said no. Inside the 2.5 you take your 1.75. So I told him, Anand sahab, Justice sahab, 1.75 is for burning, 2.5 is the total. That means for killing in custody, the amount is 75,000. He said, jo bhi hai, wo amount final hai. Whatever it is, that is final. 75,000 for the killing of a sick boy in custody. And what excuse they gave? That they were in custody? We took them like a human shield. हमें दूसरों टेररिस्ट को ढूंढना था तो उनको ले गए उनको ढूंढने के लिए. And then they opened fire in crossfire and the boy died. Using a body as a human shield is a war crime. The Palestinians, the Israelis use it in the Palestinian areas until there was a huge protest and then the practice discontinued. Using a living person, using a person in custody as a shield is a war crime. And openly in the NHRC, they openly admitted that we use these persons as a human shield. Paramjit Kaur Khalra is fighting relentlessly on the issue of this punishment. The CBI inquiries are all now opened. Every single, I must tell you, this is a piece of good news. Every CBI inquiry has found the police, the Punjab police, guilty of fake encounter and murder in cold blood. That is my first piece of good news that I want to give you, and the trials are about to begin in many of these cases. Second, Supreme Court has admitted a petition in the Supreme Court where this amount of 2.5 lakhs is challenged. And the Supreme Court is going into the issue as to whether it should be 2.5 lakhs or 2.5 crores. Why not? For the killing of a person in custody, why should you pay us like the killing of an animal? So we are seeking enhanced compensation, and Paramjit Kaur Khalra is in the forefront of that struggle for justice for the Sikhs. I want to give you one more piece of good news. Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar will not hang. He has been saved by a Supreme Court order, and the struggle for Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar, after many years, many decades, how many times meetings have been held, how many times petitions have been filed, how many mercy petitions were filed, but Devinder Pal Singh Bhullar is saved from the gallows. It came in a very unusual way. Supreme Court, in a very remarkable case, which is called the Shatrughan Chauhan case, in 10 cases of death sentence where the Supreme Court has confirmed the death sentence. We moved the Supreme Court at night, at midnight. शाम को 5 बजे हमें खबर मिला कि नेक्स्ट डे 10 लोगों को एग्जीक्यूशन करने वाला था. Those convict prisoners could see through their prison. वो नीचे देखा that gallows were being prepared for their execution. They quickly contacted us in Delhi. We moved the Chief Justice in his residence at midnight. And we told the Chief Justice, sir, their mercy petition was with the President of India for 10 years. These 10 people, mercy petition, President of India has not passed an order for 10 years. And now he has passed an order today, and tomorrow they are going to be executed. It is illegal to keep a person on death row for 10 years. You understand the argument? The argument is like this. Suspense mein rakhna. I gave you my mercy petition 10 years ago. सस्पेंस में रखना 10 इयर्स के लिए टॉर्चर जैसा है। और ये जजमेंट्स वगैरह है, कई जजमेंट्स है कि उनको सस्पेंस में रखना गैर कानूनी है एंड यू मस्ट कम्यूट फ्रॉम डेथ सेंटेंस टू लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट। चीफ जस्टिस सदाशिवम साहब ने ऑन द स्पॉट granted a stay order at midnight, and 3 or 4 months later he held that if the president delays by more than 1 year or 2 years in deciding a mercy petition, the death sentence must automatically be cancelled and replaced by life imprisonment. After this historic judgment came, Buller's case came before him. I was not the advocate in Buller's case, there was another advocate. Relying on the decision in Shatrughan Chauhan's case, the Chief Justice asked, in Buller's case, how many years delay by the President? And the answer came 12 years delay, 14 years delay by President. So automatically the judgment came in favor of Buller. Mrs. Buller is a very happy woman today. Although what remains now is that we must get Devinder Pal Singh Buller out of jail. But at least when I came in 2011, we were very scared. We were very scared that Buller would be hanged. But now the judgment is in Buller's favor. And I think in 2 or 3 years, we will give you more good news that Buller is released from jail. And I hope that happens very soon. I want to tell you of the story of Soni Sori very briefly. Soni Sori was a tribal woman. उसने गांव-गांव में गए और उसका नेव्यू के साथ, लिंगराम कोदोपी के साथ उसने फोटो निकाला और वीडियो निकाला। सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस गांव में गया, गांव को जलाया, महिलाओं को रेप किया, लोगों को जान से मारा। तो उसने फोटोग्राफ निकाला, उसने वीडियो निकाला, उसने इंटरव्यू किया लोगों के। After that, they tried to encounter her. She ran and came to Delhi, but she was arrested in Delhi, taken into custody, sexually assaulted in custody by a police officer who last year was given the President's Merit Award, the President's Medal for bravery. She was assaulted by that officer. We took her case to court and the Supreme Court ordered medical examination. And the medical report of the Neel Ratan Hospital, Kolkata came that when they examined Soni Sori, they found 2 stones in a particular part of her body. Because there are children present, I don't want to make it too descriptive. They found 2 stones pushed in a particular part of her body and 1 stone pushed in another part of her body, and she was suffering terrible pain. वो रिपोर्ट आने के बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट को शॉक जैसा हो गया. How can it happen like this? And they released her on bail, and she joined the Aam Aadmi Party, and now she is campaigning in Chhattisgarh on behalf of the Aam Aadmi Party. I want to tell you finally, before I finish, about Manipur. I told you about Yadom Sharmila and our hunger fast. But I want to tell you a story because now you understand that the struggle of the Sikhs is the struggle of all Indians. 84, the Sikhs suffered terribly. Today all Indians are under terrible torture and pain. The widows of the disappeared, the wives and the mothers of the disappeared in Manipur did a fact-finding report and published a report of the disappearances and killings of 1,534 Manipuri boys. Can you imagine, my brothers and sisters from Canada, can you imagine? 1,534 documented cases of young Manipuri boys, 18, 16, 20, 21, 22, picked up by the security forces and the army, tortured and disappeared. We took that case to the Supreme Court. We said, Supreme Court, please pass an order, make an SIT, Special Investigation Team, क्योंकि CBI के ऊपर हमारा विश्वास नहीं है और लोकल मणिपुर पुलिस के ऊपर हमारा विश्वास नहीं है. Form a special investigation team. So Supreme Court appointed a commission headed by a retired Supreme Court judge, Santosh Hegde, the Santosh Hegde Commission. Santosh Hegde Commission, senior police officer को dock में बुलाया. It is a very unusual thing to bring a colonel saab, a brigadier saab, major saab, and to put him in the witness box. But Santosh Hegde said, senior officer, please stand in the witness box. So they stood in the witness box. And we got a chance to cross-examine these senior officers. I want to give you only one example of a cross-examination. The story of how they killed these Manipuri boys. And the story is like this. एक कर्नल साहब आया विटनेस बॉक्स में. तो कर्नल साहब क्या हुआ? ये दो नौजवान टेररिस्ट हमारी तरफ आ गए. फिर क्या हुआ? मैंने कहा रुको रुको, आगे मत आओ. फिर क्या हुआ? उसने सुना नहीं, उसने आगे आ गया. मैंने दोबारा कहा रुको रुको. Then what happened? Then the boys took out their guns and started shooting. Acha. And then, so they started running, so we shot them dead, and then they died there. And who were these boys? They were from a deadly terrorist organization. Okay. फिर हमारा टर्न हो गया क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन करने का. So we asked him, कर्नल साहब ये लोग जो है डेडली टेररिस्ट था? यस. आपको पक्का मालूम है? हाँ मुझे मालूम है. क्रेडिट टेररिस्ट है. अच्छा. और मणिपुर पुलिस के पास, इंडियन आर्मी के पास पूरा लिस्ट है. मणिपुर टेररिस्ट का पूरा लिस्ट है आपके पास? हाँ है. अच्छा. तो इनका नाम है क्या उस लिस्ट पर? आई डोंट नो, मुझे नहीं मालूम. अच्छा. आपने कोशिश की क्या? जान से मारने के बाद आपने कोशिश की किसी से पूछना कि उसका नाम है उस लिस्ट पर? नहीं, मैंने कोशिश नहीं की. आपने लिस्ट को देखा? नहीं, लिस्ट को नहीं देखा. आपके कोई ऑफिसर के पास ये लिस्ट है ड्रेडेड टेररिस्ट का? नहीं, लिस्ट है किसी के पास नहीं. अच्छा. आपको कैसा मालूम है? आपको कैसा मालूम है कि ये लोग ड्रेडेड टेररिस्ट है? क्योंकि साहब उस गांव की तरफ से आया. मतलब नहीं, उस गांव के लोग कहते हैं उस गांव के लोग टेररिस्ट है और उस गांव के तरफ से आया. Of that direction they came. That is why we presume that they were terrorists and shot them dead. That was the nature of the evidence, my dear friends, of a senior army officer from the Indian Army. The report has now come. Very good news for us. Very good news. The report has come that not a single killing was a genuine encounter. Every single killing was a fake encounter. One. And second, not a single person who was killed was a terrorist. They were innocent boys. Not a single one of them had a criminal record. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, my dear friends? So India has become, let me conclude by saying, India has become a very dangerous place. It is a shame, like I told you, it is a shame that we can glorify and praise a person who was responsible for the killing of the people in Gujarat. What has happened to this great Indian nation? What has happened to our great Indian country? Our beautiful Indian country, what has happened to it? That we cannot give justice to citizens anywhere. But there is one thing I am certain. The Indian people are heroic people. They are poor, they have no food in their stomachs, but they are a heroic people. And they have never taken oppression lying down. They have never accepted oppression. They have never allowed for domination. And it might be that 1984 is far away, or the killings in Chhattisgarh have happened, or the killings in Manipur have happened, or the killings in South India, Tamil Nadu. The special task force has murdered about 200 people in Tamil Nadu. Maybe the justice has not come quickly, but the people of India will never give up. As long as justice is not done, there will be many who will follow in the footsteps of Khalra Sahib. There will be many who will follow in the footsteps of Adolf Sharmila. There will be many who will say, we will never give up. And they will rise in revolt. The Indian people will rise in revolt against the tyranny placed upon the Indian people year after year after year. I do only legal work. My work is work in the court. But the revolution that will take place in my country, the uprising that will take place in my country, the fight that will take place in my country will not be restricted to the courts. The ordinary people on the streets will rise in revolt against the tyranny of the Indian state, repeated tyranny of the Indian state. I hope, in ending I must say, I hope that Kejriwal Sahib will be part of our great revolution, that he will also play his role. Some mistakes have happened with Arvind Kejriwal. He's a dear friend of mine. But he is a magnificent fighter. And the people of Punjab have blessed him because he had the courage to say SIT in Delhi. Fulka Sahib and I, we had a small conversation. Then he spoke to Kejriwal Sahib. Immediately, it took Arvind Kejriwal not 5 seconds to decide to announce the SIT for the killings of 1984. Not 1 second. He's a brave man, and we are a little disappointed that he has lost some seats and so on. But it is going to be a long struggle. And I am absolutely sure that Kejriwal Sahib will be part of this great revolution in India, because people are fed up with the existing political parties, and we are fed up with suffering, and we don't want to bear any more this suffering, and we will resist. Just as Khalra Sahib did, we will resist till the end. Thank you very much. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
बोले सो निहाल।